situation scientifically.
This regression can be proved, except in the movie What's a Flash. Wait, but scientifically? It's not a matter of science, it's historical.
The issue is
Yeah.
it's quite difficult to prevent history. I think you need to understand the difference between scientific and determining truth.
Yes, legal.
The scientific method is based upon showing that something is true. So questioning the fact. Upon showing. The scientific method is based upon showing that something is true by repeating it.
Yeah. That's actually, wow, that's actually extremely impactful. If it's replicable in the presence of the person you're trying to show it, that's crazy. That's actually mind-blowingly accurate. Controlled experience. You can do it in a controlled environment.
Let's say this we get you in the kitchen. Controlled situation, we get 8 images of what it's start to repeat the event, just kind of, clunk. After we come to the conclusion, I result flaps. If that was the only method to determining what is or what happened, you can prove that you went to your first business plan. But you couldn't even prove you went to the kids when we're speaking.
So the issue is that certain situations are locked in the temporal moment that they came from, that they happen. So like, it's very difficult to prove things outside of in a time that you are not in, because it's like, oh, that happened. How do you know that happened? Can you make it happen again? But no, certain events cannot be replicated because they're locked in time. Like we can't replicate the entire. Well, I guess we probably could replicate the entire French Revolution, but not the French Revolution, or I don't know what year the French Revolution, 1600s. American. We can't replicate the American Revolution as it happened in the 1770s and 1780s. It's just not possible because it's a moment it's a temporally locked moment.
Situation. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. See, there's possibly other method, which is called legal method. Legal method is based on
testimony.
Eyewitness. The verdict is reached on the sufficiency of the evidence.
Sufficiency of the evidence. As a Christian. Oh man, that's sick. So cool. I gotta see that.
Final broadcast tonight. Let me know in the live chat where you're watching from, if you are a new viewer or if you are recurring. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you because I'm so grateful.
Which is actually makes the transfiguration of Jesus Christ extremely significant, because that's an actual recorded moment of time travel. So last night I got into a fight at a bar after a man told me my chickens were stupid. Dog, that's whack. Why were you at the bar in the first place? Let's just say he learned his lesson. Unfortunately, he got a good lick in, and now I have to get a molar repaired. I won't be able to record this one. And if you made it this far, none of that is true. I actually just bit a piece of a bone on a chicken wing, and life is just like that sometimes. Sweet. Should be left done. Dang, getting a molar replaced from the bone? That's whack. That's extremely unfortunate. Oh yeah, that's right. The family planning centers in China are now forcing. Was it? Or what? Super aggressively pushing people to become kids. They're not the workers. This scripture to review. Well, when this happens? To university.
Dangerous to ourselves and others. We are it.
No, they're not.
And I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence. Wisdom in chapter 2, verse 12. Then the Bible says, in context, we're told that a woman shouldn't teach because a woman is more easily deceived than a man.
That's not what that means. That's not what that passage means. The reason he's saying, one, the city that, I think, what city was TV? Yes, because of this next one. City was Timothy. First Timothy. 11 Timothy. Ephesus, yeah. I'm pretty sure in Ephesus they were doing goddess. The pagans were performing goddess worship. Right? They were doing goddess worship. Because you gotta take that verse in context. He said in context, but that's not in context. It's actually taking it out of context. If you're gonna put it in context, you have to see what's going on in the city at the time. I'm pretty sure they're doing goddess worship and they're worshiping the goddesses. So Paul is telling Timothy, yo, we don't worship. He's saying we worship a male god, so we don't. But I really actually like this chapter. So he says, what is it? Therefore I want the men in every place to pray, lifting up holy hands without anger and dispute. Likewise, I want women to adorn themselves with proper clothing, modesty, and discreetly, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or expensive apparel, but rather by means of good works, as it is proper for a woman making a claim to godliness. A woman must quietly receive instruction with entire submissiveness. But I do not allow a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man, but to remain quiet. He's talking about marriage. For it was Adam who was first created, and then Eve, and it was not Adam who was deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a wrongdoer. He's not saying that women are more easily deceived. The situation in the Garden of Eden was that the reason that Eve was more susceptible was because Adam did not take proper dominion over her. He didn't give her a name. She had no identity. She didn't even meet God. Or she didn't see God create the garden. I'm pretty sure she met God because he married them. He was there officiating. But Eve didn't see God. Eve didn't get to see God create the garden, and Adam did. So Adam knew God's identity very, very intimately, and Eve just hadn't had the chance yet. But she unfortunately didn't get the chance. Well, she did get the chance afterward, a little sorta in the OT way, but she didn't get the chance to get to know God the way Adam did, because Adam did not do his due diligence to teach her. What's the word? He didn't give her an identity like he should have. So she was left unprotected, uncovered. So when the enemy came, who's he gonna go for? Is he gonna go for the dude who is an iron wall and knows the truth? Or is he gonna go for the one who hasn't heard it yet? Case in point, he went for the one who hasn't heard it yet. The reason this isn't about teaching in general, teaching per se, is because Paul has a woman, Phoebe, deliver Romans to Rome. So she's preaching Romans, the entire letter of Romans. Yeah, Paul wrote it, but she's preaching it. Authority, yeah, that's understandable. It's not ideal for women to be in leadership positions in churches. I mean, lower leadership, yes, and middle leadership, yes, but upper leadership is not wise. It's not smart. Mainly because we're seeing it happen in the Western culture today. The effect of feminine government. It's excessive control and totalitarian. It's not. I mean, that's not a knock on femininity per se, that's not a knock on women per se. That's just how feminine government tends to manifest. It tends to manifest in trying to make everything a big family, trying to keep everything fair, equal, and trying to keep people away. Trying to prevent as much suffering as possible inside of the system. The problem is, this only works on a small scale. Once you start to get to larger and larger governments, or larger and larger family structures, it starts to become impossible. Like, okay, everybody gets the same thing, and you can't talk back to, you can't hurt this person's feelings. Okay, what about 5 people? What about 10? What about 100? What about 1,000? You think you can go? You think you can speak on a stage to 10,000 people and not offend one? No, dog. And that's a Jordan. I remember that clip from Jordan Peterson where he said that. He's like, yeah, you can go through not offending one, or 10 even, maybe. But then you get to large-scale government structures, and then it becomes impossible to not hurt people's feelings, or to not step on somebody's toes. It becomes impossible. What was I talking about? About Romans, right? Yeah, so Phoebe's the one who delivered Romans. She's the one who preached it through Rome. Was a woman. And not only that, but Apollos, where was it? Acts 15? No, Acts 17? Paul's at Thessalonica. Yeah, I think this is it. 17. This is where this is. Jesus is Christ. No. I'm looking for Corinth. The first mission. Is it further up? 19. Where is this section where he says we have not even heard of a spirit? Because those were Apollos' students. this far up. Come on, man. Where is it? This is it, right? Did you receive? Yeah. Okay, it's 19. So the end of Acts 18 and the beginning of Acts 19. Now it happened that while Apollos, actually we'll go through the beginning. So the third missionary journey. So he's in Ephesus at the time. Paul's in Ephesus before this. No, he's in Corinth. After Paul left Athens and went to Corinth, found a Jew named Aquila. Aquila? That's actually interesting. Kind of Aquila. Oculus. Eagle. Oulos in Greek means, well, in Latin, I'm pretty sure it's Agila, an eagle. A Jew of Pontus, a tent maker convert to Christian, but convert to Christ. A companion and ally of Paul in propagating Christianity. So there's 6 instances in the King James. Anyway. So he meets Aquila, and his wife is Priscilla. Yeah. So he found a Jew named Aquila, a native of Pontus. No, I'm not gonna say it. Aquila and still Priscilla. Right? I'm gonna say it the right way.